Aragorn's mindset. How to become the king of your own life. You look at Aragorn and see a king, but he didn't always see that in himself. He was a ranger, a wanderer, a man with no crown, no throne, no kingdom, a shadow of a legacy that he never asked for. Aragorn wasn't born feeling like a king. He was born into doubt, into fear, into the crushing weight of a destiny he never believed he deserved. And yet, he became not just a king, but the king. Respected, followed, loved. Not because of his bloodline, but because of his mindset. So, how did he do it? And more importantly, how can you? This is not just Aragorn's story. This is yours. Lesson 1. Accepting who you are, even when it's terrifying. Aragorn's greatest battle wasn't fought with a sword. It was fought within. He was the heir of Isildur, a name cursed with failure. The man whose ancestor couldn't resist the power of the ring. The blood of kings ran through his veins, but so did the shadow of weakness. So what did he do? He ran. For years, he hid behind the name Strider, a ranger of the north, faceless, nameless, just a man passing through. Not because he was weak, but because he was afraid of what he could become. Afraid that he'd repeat the mistakes of the past. Afraid he wasn't enough. Sound familiar? How many of us run from who we are, afraid of our potential, our purpose, the expectations that feel too heavy? But here's the truth. You cannot outrun who you are meant to be. Aragorn's first act of courage wasn't drawing his sword, it was speaking his name. I am Aragorn, son of Arathorn, and if by life or death I can save you, I will. Owning your identity is the first step to becoming the king of your own life. Not the version others expect, not the shadow of your past, but you. Unapologetically, authentically, fearlessly. Lesson 2. Leadership isn't about power. It's about service. Aragorn didn't seek power. He didn't crave a throne. He didn't walk into a room demanding respect. He earned it. Not through arrogance, through actions. When fear gripped men's hearts, Aragorn stood firm. When hope was lost, he became the spark. When all seemed doomed, he whispered the words no one else could. There is always hope. You see, leadership isn't about controlling others. It's about leading yourself. Your thoughts, your actions, your decisions when no one's watching. Aragorn didn't wait for the perfect moment to feel ready. He acted, even when he was afraid, even when he doubted himself. I do not fear death. Not because he was fearless, but because he feared something greater. Living a life unworthy of his potential. Being the king of your own life means showing up. For yourself. For your values. For the people who matter. Not with grand speeches or titles, but with quiet strength, steady resolve, and unwavering integrity. Lesson 3. The courage to choose hope. The armies of darkness were endless. Mordor's shadow stretched across the world, suffocating, crushing, inevitable. And yet, Aragorn rode into battle, not because he was certain of victory, but because he refused to surrender to despair. Hope isn't naive. It's not blind optimism or wishful thinking. Hope is defiance. Hope is standing tall when everything tells you to kneel. It's believing in the light, even when all you see is darkness. It's holding the line when every voice in your head screams to give up. A day may come when the courage of men fails, but it is not this day. That speech wasn't for his army, it was for himself. A reminder that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's choosing to act despite it. So, how do you become the king of your own life? You don't need a sword. You don't need an army. You don't need a crown. You need 3 things. 1. The courage to face who you are, flaws, fears, and all. 2. The strength to lead yourself with integrity, purpose, and resilience. 3. The wisdom to choose hope, even when the world feels hopeless. Aragorn's crown wasn't made of gold. It was forged in the fires of doubt, shaped by the battles he fought within, and earned through the life he chose to live. Your throne is waiting. Will you claim it?